everyone. In this edition, we take a look at the escalating law and order situation in the nation's capital, in particular, bus stop safety and harassment in public places. Commuters all over the city have expressed their concerns on how pickpocketers loiter about all day, harassing unsuspecting travelers at the bus stops in the city.
Serious crimes such as rape and murder have also been on the rise in Port Moresby. The reported case of rape in public in broad daylight and even condoned by people nearby at Gordon's Market is of great concern. It has frightened all city residents who respect each other and the laws. The fear is such that the powerful Catholic Bishops' Conference of PNG has called for a state of emergency to be called in the city.
Disciplined forces of the city and of the country, they are not able to do much about it. If a person is robbed or even raped, if somebody calls the police, those numbers do not work. Or they might say there is no petrol, there is no vehicle. So where do they go? So we have seen in the past that people take the law in their own hands, and so they take revenge. So one clan or another clan, they kill themselves, and we have seen it. The last few weeks, killings have become normal life of the city. That means it's really a serious situation. So who speaks for the silent majority? Who speaks for the people? Nobody. We read the newspapers, we see the TV that things are happening and it's on the increase. Nobody speaks up. And the police only report that it's on the increase. So the Catholic Church feels we have to do something.
Catching a PMV has become unsafe for most traveling public in the city. Commuters automatically put themselves at risk as they venture near bus stops. Bags and mobile phones are snatched frequently there.
Broad daylight, they can just walk in the bus, grab your bilum, whatever, and just walk out without, I mean, people are there, but what can they do, It happens nowadays. So.
We put some manpower on the ground at bus stops, main bus stop areas where this pickpocketing is high. Like before we have cop shops, one was there, now it's not there. The cop shops, they're not cop shops anymore, there are no cops there. That's why I think one of the reasons why the pickpocketing and sexual harassment of ladies, especially at bus stops, is increasing. So yeah.
So people like one police must stand by the bus stop helping me or mama or even all get a line.
One was stand up now also checking back or some me plus going to the car now also pulling back me and checking also cutting me only one of my sisters na right na.
Not bus stops only, but it's everywhere. Everywhere you walk around today, it's not safe. In addition to that, with the ladies especially, it's not safe anymore for us to, just put on something decent and wear, because nowadays it's not really safe, because the mentalities of both females and males, I would say, they don't have this respect for one another.
People should be more open-minded, like especially people who market around and stuff. They should try and enforce that security to ladies and even men who get robbed and whatever at the bus stops.
They start throwing hands at me, and then the only best thing I could do was to calm my little 4-year-old daughter. Later, after that, everybody those youths, they ran away. Nobody from the public, they didn't do anything, because there were about, I think, 10 of them. And it's not teenagers, they are big people. So the thing behind this is that these adults, unemployed adults, they use the little teenage kids to do the stealing for them, while they stand on the sides and watch people being harassed. After they left, I had cuts on my eyebrows, my nose was bleeding, and I just stood there, and people came and they tried to comfort me, My small girl was crying at the same time, so I didn't want to report it to the police either, because if I do that, I've been there. I've reported some cases, but all they can do is interview you, and that's it. They won't do anything about it. Maybe they will in the first week, but then when it goes on, they forget about everything.
You're with Olsem Wanem. We'll be back with more after the break. You're watching Olsem Wanem. Citizens in Port Moresby have raised concerns about public safety, with renewed complaints towards the police force about the lack of protection against criminal elements.
Silaka all reports simpla receive na yumiridim lo newspaper lo TV metsupia te bin tok pinisia crime rate mi iguan public league na yumi lukim lo one something come up lo godens lo involving all youths. All youths were only aimlessly roaming street na without proper understanding was when something about making they resort to all crimes. All crimes such as pickpocket, harassment, snatching of bag, na dislakain. So yeah, you may talk some crime rate go down, but I'm still on the rise. One time all reports kisim. On the ground, all man all work hard, but we have to come up with more proactive approaches. Plenty, like also footbeat patrol, plenty, in the sun and in the night. That's only been making in the past, but now maybe because of manpower, na you may talk also manpower shooting this current population boom, especially in city lo Mosby. So current situation also. Lo tok lumiyet, you will get all policeman marry, but only certain people o kano sa mipla now, only enlist mipla go lo carry out this law, but after all, you will get policeman marry. Mipla police mipla ga tupla aitasol, 2 eyes. Na mipla yupla by putting narabla tupla na making 4 eyes. Look at our back. So yupla by come one time all reporting sa. Yupla looking something no straight. Yupla mas area up come reporting lo police. Police no ga 4 ply lo by look lo one plan na by narap lulu lo narabla. So me challenging all public. The only way for us to minimize this trend of crime in the city, especially in Mosby and other parts of the country, lo alvin police as much as possible. Take ownership. Take ownership of the security. Security is not a police problem alone. All man relate to mas lo police na toko se work lo police. And then time you toko se work lo police na waiting police yet, and who's going to do it? And if Papua New Guinea can stand up to their feet and say no to these things, it will finish. This is a minority. All of us are law-abiding citizens. All good plaman marry. We like in peace and harmony. And this little, very little, you can contain him. But how we going to contain it? We don't have to explain him. Something below boss we also work hard. Work hard about to the some scattered manpower law, police. Na dislakain, we trying our best. All Papua New Guinea, or some Olulo TV stuff. You play to all policeman marry. You plus our community, you are the ears, mouth, eyes, everything for the police. Police is stop all when the police in upside when suddenly come up low village level or community level or town level, you have to report it. So reporting system will me too no right to mass. When you see something happening, you have to report it. Now you continue to report him now, you discourage him this kind practice. Now by kind of some example of one area some boroko. Time pickpocket emi continuous. Now you report him continuous now all this line only like walking trouble can talk no this la place here online sa report to mass, so they tend to move to another place now, then that place is not conducive to them, and then they move to another place, it's not conducive, and then finally they give up. So be plus something lo alvin police The best advice I can give now is, lo stop him this lah. Lo wasting time lo go report na kam na ito ko sa police no album. You help yourself. And help yourself, try and yes, one man try and come up with some kind proactive approach na strategies lo come up with something come bring him lo police to na album mo lo mipla combating this lah.
Another concern faced by the police is the form of punishment against offenders. Metropolitan Superintendent Peter Guinness says the current laws are not strong enough.
What you can see now at this point in time, where police operations or police have stepped up police patrol within Gordon's Market, and not only in Gordon's Market, but as well as other markets like Koki Market, the main bus stops, you can see police presence there. We're trying to address these issues. Now, people have been arrested and charged for drinking in public places. We've taken to court, but the penalty of caught or drunken in public place is only 100 kina fine, and that is not enough. And we're not deterring these people. They continue to come here and they continue to get arrested and charged for drinking in public places. But then again, the penalty for drinking in public places is only 100 kina. Consuming marijuana, the maximum penalty for marijuana, people arrested and charged with marijuana is only 2 years in imprisonment, and that I think is insufficient. That is not enough to actually take control of abuse of marijuana, abuse of or drinking alcohol in public places, and as well as abuse of consuming home brews in public places, because the law is not tough enough to actually address this problem. As a result of which, we're seeing a lot of these things happening in the streets of Port Moresby and elsewhere in Papua New Guinea. I can assure ladies moving around in city that the safety is guaranteed. You can see there's a lot of police personnel in the market areas and in the bus stops with increasing police presence, and we will continue to do so indefinitely. At this point in time, I'm getting support from McGregor Police Mobile Squad to come and support the local police here, because we are very keen on manpower. We have not been able to get recruits that graduated from Bumana Police College to come to NCD because housing is a problem. I don't have housing or single accommodation to house these new recruits, and as a result of which most of those recruits are being transferred out to other provinces where there are accommodation.
When we return, we talk to the public solicitor about his views on the need to work together in achieving a safe and secure environment. Thanks for staying with us. You're watching Olsem Wanem. The Ministry of Justice and Attorney General is one of the biggest government departments. The organization's structure serves different purposes, and under its Judicial Legal Service Commission is the Public Solicitor's Office, which serves the public in terms of providing legal representation in court for those who cannot afford legal fees.
Development is now at a pace where it is very fast. Our cultural values and our traditional values now it's sort of altering fast. So we are more self-centered. We are no longer looking at communal and our cultural traditional groupings. Those are situations that can provide the recipe for a situation like Johannesburg.
My duty is, I get paid to protect people. I get paid to protect businesses, individual people. I don't get paid to lock up Nigerians as drug dealers. It's not my job description.
Private security firms are helping to keep the peace in Johannesburg, but only for a fee, and in part by resorting to violence themselves.
I think we need to do something quickly, and we got to do it together. This law and order situation is not for the police only. It's not for the law and justice sector agency themselves only. It is for everybody. Everybody needs to make it their business. For law and order, if we have to achieve our goal. That goal, the goal must be taken ownership of, and it must be taken ownership of by everybody, not the agencies, not the CEOs of the agencies, not the the law and justice sector. It must be taken ownership of by everybody, including individuals. So why am I saying right down to individuals? Because you ask yourself, what sort of environment do I want for myself, for my family, for my children? What sort of environment do I want? Do I want one that I can walk around peacefully without feeling insecure, without any fear? So you ask yourself, that's how you take ownership of it. So once you start taking that ownership of that goal, you will then cause around you will then influence around you the kind of environment that you want. That should then be translating, that should then be transforming, that should then be passing on to the next group of people around you. And if everybody decide, if we persuade everybody to take ownership of that goal, then we can begin to see some change in our behavior, some change in our attitude, some change to our community, and some change everywhere, and maybe we can eventually achieve our greater goal of safe and secure society. So that is what I am saying. That is what I'm advocating, that when we talk about it, then you can expect public solicitor to say, okay, it is for the public solicitor to come to Oro Bay to make it safe and secure, because it's an agency of law and justice there. No, I can make it happen there. It starts with you in the community. It is your community. You make the difference yourself. You take ownership of it yourself, and you shape it the way you want. That's what I believe. And that's what I am advocating, and that's what I think the law and justice sector agency need to sit down, need to strategize, and we need to work together. I don't have to wait until it comes to stage 1, stage 2, and then I take my part. No. I am willing to participate even at the planning stage. In other words, let's put our independence aside. We are professionally mature enough to know the demarcation of our professional boundaries. I will not go beyond to interfere into the judiciary, or I will not go beyond to interfere into the police. I will not go beyond to interfere into the CIS function and responsibility. But I'm willing to cooperate, and I'm willing to contribute, and I'm willing to collaborate to any development of any strategy that can address law and order issues. So what I'm saying is, put aside our independence, come to the round table, let's see how best we can come with some solution, and we implement them.
Mr. Pitpit also announced the ongoing plans to roll out more provincial justice centers where communities in respective provinces can take ownership in dealing with law and order issues in their areas. You're watching Olsem Wanem. This is Olsem Wanem. The program has been all about crime and how we can build a peaceful environment which we can all enjoy. So to end the program tonight, we would like to show you a positive side to the life of a young man who, with determination and courage, left behind his dark side to start afresh.
Nawlo boroko ete amo gora salesman solo staff only lik mangi so wari bim blay mosem all big play all bin kam staff osem all sales osem gonna time noga open noga santi now all bin gonna steal putting knife on man pulling bag na sla kain at least government just looks away or like illegal street mangi because now salim santi no sem police kam only more paitimo all to ochim bagarap nam ad all paini mad now life e mad lo side doll so nugu to staff also benim rot to big club do all kam na or big club was still na paini means na way sem all ba benim same kain so I'm so really worried bro so sem all ba toksa lo government lo looks away lo putting really contract lo so cleaning PPL lo side because all no ga hope now all staff goes benim big rot the big club gonna steal police team lo die kain sem I'm so really worried bro me out team ne
the salim something lo sem no ga money mila bagar won meri pulim bilum bagar in public
bam to sem misa benul mangi round mila bin steal a car one time na obin only min chalo car that time maybe 15 years old so maybe stand up go me 18 years old maybe come outside me go stand all same age me but sampla osem kind of say now you see PNG by me gan lo put age me go na but sampla mo sem also to kili but age play big plan so where I was me go stand te mo le mo big plan lo mi na me lo so mi so mi lili mangi lo so where mi li kalabus live mad so si strong plan man by stalo kalabus while sa 2 years mi bibi stop inside there tintin blomi osem mito mi no ended visa se still bam ga chance lo lifetime blomi so once mi stand because the YWCA mi bi stand mall lili gol awareness na mo te mi sa go ante mall present awareness lol go na mi school lo all as okay na benen no all YWCA kira to i gompla kwane me course pin come up lo YWCA so mi go begin lab moto kimi em lo come up la cameraman so lo YWCA mi school lo ka cameraman lo 2 years lo lista experience ta sol mixi mi bin cam lo NTV or NTV mixi mi na mi work kwante mo lo kama se cameraman so lo totok lo mi lo uplo line me uplo go look kimi o upla RM staff please one santi tinti lo ki mo you kind of si yam pla mangi kind of se mina mote upla tintin even you book trouble you last time so house kalabus one have you plus staff but then still lo ga future yet iga now you got plenty of school all staff there go begin lo school you at least lo come up one pla good time lo future time le mela to sen thank you go begin lo boss man blomi banusu because I'm trusting me and I'm carrying me kana puti mi lo sem mila yo se all time was all boss or one music or one on company we ina ba you can give second chance lol kain mano se mi plan about
go and tap lo now man what a man give you uniform sign up in online you go inside long tail lucky me long 4 o'clock taringe tipaira bilugo na aiso.
When I was 15 years old, I broke the law and went to prison, spent 2 years behind bars. During my 2 years, I began reading the Bible as well as cutting grass during break periods. After the 2 years were up, I got my freedom and I want to keep it forever.
Now me sorry me stop behind bars.
That was Paul's story and our program for tonight. I trust you will join us once again on Olsem Wanem. Thanks for having your say, and if you would like to comment more on the show, please contact us on the following details. Until then, good evening.